Hello friends and welcome back to day 25 of our Jewel Cichlid fry journey. It's wonderful to see you again. For those of you who've been following daily, thank you so much for being part of this amazing experience. It really feels like we are raising this fry together as a community. Now yesterday on day 24, we saw the fry becoming much more confident, venturing much further out while the parents still kept a watchful eye. They were stronger, quicker, and they were beginning to show real independence. And today on day 25, we are going to notice something even more fascinating. The fry are not only stronger and faster, but they are also becoming bolder and practicing behaviors that prepare them for life as juveniles. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can follow this journey every single day. It's incredible how much change can happen in just 24 hours. Now, take a close look at them now. You'll see that the fry are noticeably bigger compared to what they were a week ago. Their swimming is smoother and more controlled. Now, instead of clumsy little wriggles, they now dart with precision. Parents are still nearby, but they are not hovering over every fry like before. Now, this is a key stage for the fry. Why? Because strength and speed are not just random skills, they are also survival tools. And in the wild, fry that swim faster have a better chance of escaping predators. Think of it like learning to ride a bike as a child. At first you wobble and need training wheels, but with practice you gain balance and confidence. These fry are at that stage, learning control, practicing speed and building endurance. Now also notice how some fry are swimming further from the parents now. It's like little explorers testing their boundaries. Now this doesn't mean that the parents don't care. It's more like they're saying, okay, you can play in the yard, but we are still watching you. It reminds me of children gaining independence. Whether it's going to be school alone for the first time or exploring outside with friends, parents still keep an eye, but they know independence is part of growing up. And in the wild, fry that don't become independent at this stage risk falling behind in growth and skills. Now we see that nature has its own way of pushing them to take small risks that can lead to strength and resilience. Now as the fry will grow, their diet also needs changing. When they first hatched, they survived on infusoria and other tiny microorganisms. Then came baby brine shrimp, which are perfect for their size and nutrition. And on day 25, they are ready for a different variety like crushed flakes. You can also have micro pellet powder and even some live or frozen foods like microworms. This variety helps them to grow faster, develop stronger fins and build healthy immune systems. And here's a tip for anyone raising fry at home. Feed small amounts but more often. Their metabolism is fast and leftover food can quickly pollute the tank. So regular water changes are essential. But as you would have already noticed in the case of the Jewel Cichlids, it's not that easy to do a water change in the tank. Or if you take drastic measures, you could end up losing certain fry. So it's a kind of a balance that you as an aquarist have to play. Now, if you all have any suggestions on how to do a water change without getting bitten by the parents or without stressing the parents too much, do let me know in the comments. Now, Here's a question for you all. Now, what foods do you usually give your fry? Now, do you prefer live foods? Do you prefer flakes? Or do you prefer a mix of both? I'd love to hear your method so that we too can implement that, we too can try those things out. Now, let's talk about how they are changing physically. By day 25, we see that these fry are slightly larger than what they were in the first week. Sometimes kind of around a centimeter or so. And their fins we see are becoming more defined. And if you look closely, you'll also notice a kind of the first small hints of color. Though they are not that visible, but you can see some faint hints on their scales. Now these little sparks are the beginning of jewel-like colors, and this is what makes the jewel cichlid so stunning to look at. It will take several more weeks for that full red and iridescent blue-green to appear, but the foundation is being laid right now. Here's a fun fact for you. While many fish remain dull for camouflage, jewel cichlids grow into some of the most brilliantly colored cichlids, and hence they earn the name jewel cichlids. Now, even though the fry are bolder, we see that the parent-fry relationship is something that we need to look at. So, the fry may have decided to venture to different parts of the tank. They may have tried to test their independence, but at the same time, you see that the parents have not left their role. Watch how they stand guard, and often we see that they patrol the edges of the tank. As you can see here, one is looking towards one direction, the other one is looking to the next side of the tank. Now, sometimes you'll also see a parent gently nudge a fry back towards the group. It's almost like saying, stay close, you're not ready to go far yet. And this generally will happen when, our camera lens is too close to the aquarium, or when we, put our hand inside to do a water change. So basically when they sense danger, they'll in a way indicate to the fry to kind of get back into place and don't, stay out too long. And this kind of parenting is rare in fish. Many species just lay eggs and leave. Jewel cichlids, on the other hand, show incredible dedication, protecting, teaching and guiding their young. It's one of the reasons why aquarists admire them so much. Now you may ask, are there any social behaviors that can be seen among the fry? Well, even they have certain social patterns among themselves. So notice how fry are swimming together in small groups, like small like-minded friend circles. You may even see tiny chases or playful darting around. Now this isn't aggression, but it's just practice. Just like lion cubs play fight to prepare for hunting, fry chase and dart to sharpen their reflexes. Now this early social behavior is the foundation for future survival skills. In a few weeks, these same fry will need to establish territory, compete for food and prepare for life as independent juveniles. So while it looks like fun and games, it's actually practice for adulthood. So to recap what we learned on day 25, we see that the fry are stronger, faster and starting to show real independence. The parents are still around and they are keeping watch, but at the same time they are also giving more space for the fry to grow. Tomorrow we'll try to explore something even more exciting. We'll see how the fry start forming early social structures and hierarchies. And you don't want to miss that. If you've enjoyed today's update, please give this update a like, share it with your friends and do subscribe so that we can continue this journey with you daily. And before we wrap up, I would like to hear from you. What stage of cichlid fry development do you find most fascinating? Is it their tiny beginnings, their growing independence, or the moment their jewel colors finally shine through? Do let me know in the comments. So thank you for joining me and happy fish keeping.